You all are going to die. Welcome to Ranger Reviews, a web series we look at episodes of the TV show Power Rangers and then discuss them. Today we're exploring the 115th episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, as well as the third episode of Season 3 titled A Friend in Need, Part 3. We begin this episode with Kim just getting molested by Repelator's tongue. Alpha and Zordon are still struggling to get in contact with the others, and Zordon says that Kim is super resourceful, so they have to have faith in her. Then, back at the battle, Kim breaks free and Repelator starts to sneeze too now. He's sneezing so much it's causing earthquakes. He bails and Kim reports in with Alpha and Zordon telling them what happened. Alpha tries something new to get in contact with the other Rangers. On Edenoi, Tommy's communicator goes off finally, and he tells them that things are getting hairy there. Zordon explains that Zed has a monster and Kim is handling it as much as possible, but you know, she's still sick. The Plague Patrol then just automatically no longer stand a chance against the Rangers. On the moon, Repelator comes in, complaining about how he has the flu now, and Rita tells Finster to get in there to help Repelator. Meanwhile, the Plague Patrol is as defeated as they can be. Oh, and now Bulk and Skull are waiting on those two girls to come over to them. Finster is examining Repelator for illness, and he says that he has an Earth virus, so he has to get rest for 7 to 10 days. Then Finster just pulls out a caulking gun that's supposed to be a big needle, but let's be real, it's not at all. Then he pulls out a giant-ass novelty-sized pill for the monster to take. Those two girls are now parked at the mountainside, getting out of their car. They find Bulk and Skull dressed as really bad Power Ranger ripoffs. The girls decide to just bail, but before they can, Repelator shows up behind Bulk and Skull, feeling much better and ready to attack who he thinks may actually be the Power Rangers. Somehow. The two try to get into the girl's car, but they can't get in. The Masked Rider pulls out a sword from his belt on Edenoi, completely killing the Cogwarts, who die in super slow motion. Like, super. The Plague Patrol then screw off, but one of them refers to the Masked Rider as Dex, which totally negates what he told the Rangers last episode. He deactivates, but he doesn't have his gas mask on, which again should totally kill him. Count Dragon is on his ship, pissed off that they couldn't capture Dex, and he promises that he will follow the Rangers home to destroy them too. Zed and Rita are watching Repelator terrorize Bulk, Skull, and these two girls, and Zed decides it's time to make him grow, scaring everyone. Kim is in the command center and the alarms start going off. So she says that she's going to at least try to slow him down a bit before the others get back, and then she teleports out. Meanwhile, Dex, the Edenites, and the Rangers are pretty much all talking about how great they are, and again, no one has helmets or masks on. They shake hands and the Rangers teleport out. They pass Dragon, who says that since they're going to Earth, Earth will be their next target. The Rangers teleport in, and they decide to call in their Zords. Zed and Rita see this, pissed off. The Thunder Zords are called in an entirely new sequence, forming the Thunder Megazord and the White Tiger Zord in Warrior mode. It's time for an American footage Zord battle. The three giants battle, and they mess up a few times, showing the city in the background behind Repelator, which is a shame, but other than that, it's a pretty decent fight. They get an A for effort. Then the Thunder Megazord uses the Thunder Saber, killing Repelator, and his explosion had very little control over it at all, completely covering the shot. In the youth center, the girls are mad that Bulk and Skull drugged them all the way out into the forest for nothing, and they miss the real action from the Power Rangers. Bulk then tells Skull that he's done going after the Power Rangers. At the command center, the Rangers sans Kim are there, and Alpha is happy to hear that Edenoi is okay for now, as well as King Lexian. In the end, Count Dragon confirms to his team that they're going toward Earth now, planning to attack the Rangers. Plot twist, it never happens. We end this episode with Dex speaking with King Lexian, and Lexian tells him that he needs to leave to go to Earth to protect it from Dragon. They hug. The end. We end this episode with the credits rolling next to the same scene we saw before with Bulk and Skull pretending to be the Power Rangers. This wasn't an epic conclusion by any means, but it was decent enough. Again, this three-parter was clearly meant to be a backdoor pilot for another show, and while it's weird and confusing, it's not the worst thing that the Power Rangers have ever done. In fact, there were definitely things I enjoyed throughout the entirety of the three-parter, and for once, it felt like one story divided up into 3 parts as opposed to 3 episodes struggling to tell one story. Next week, we begin what I feel is the real beginning of Season 3. Trust me, it's a lot to take in a short amount of time. But until then, may the power protect you.